After months of infighting, Punjab's Captain Amarinder Singh resigned as the Chief Minister in a Saturday shocker. Now, who will be Punjab's next Chief Minister? According to sources, former Punjab Congress Chief Sunil Jakhar is likely to be the next Chief Minister of the state with two Deputy Chief Ministers. A Deputy CM can be from the Dalit community. The name of former Cabinet Minister Charanjit Singh Channi and senior Congress MLA Rajkumar Verka are leading the race now, whereas another Deputy CM could be from the Sikh community, in which the names of Sukhjinder Singh Randhawa, a close aide of Navjot Singh Sidhu, is also doing the rounds. Now, according to sources, the party does not want to pitch Navjot Singh Sidhu as a chief ministerial candidate, nor does Sidhu want to become the CM himself just before the polls. The party does not want it to seem like Sidhu caused Amarinder Singh's exit. Now, the final decision is all set to be taken after a Congress Punjab Legislature Party meeting at 11 a.m. today. Now, let's take a listen into what Captain Amarinder Singh had to say on Sunil Jakhar. Here's our exclusive interview with Rajdeep Sardesai.
Well, would you support a Sunil Jakhar? Would you support someone else?
I have no confidence.
Would you support a Sunil Jakhar or someone else? Are you ready to support a Bajwa? Do you have any preference?
That's Sunil Jakhar, one minute. Sunil Jakhar was my PCC president when I was chief minister. We got on extremely well. I don't know why they removed him. To make way for this fellow. Why did they remove him?
It was a super Saturday shocker as Captain Amarinder Singh submitted his resignation to the Punjab governor. Hours after the resignation, a miffed and humiliated captain expressed his displeasure while speaking exclusively to India Today. Here's a detailed report.
Another Saturday, another shocker, another chief minister resigning.
मैं चीफ मिनिस्टरशिप तो अपना इस्तीफा दे देता है.
This time, stunning exit of high-profile Punjab chief minister.
I feel humiliated.
Humiliated Amarinder Singh throws in the towel.
जिन पे उनको भरोसा होगा उनको बुला लें.
Sidhu wins bruising wars of the Sardars. The Punjab's thriller ended with Captain Amarinder Singh's defeat. After Captain met with the governor on Saturday afternoon and submitted his and his council's resignation. But the captain did not go quietly. He did not hide that he is hurt.
3 months ago or 2 months ago, whenever it was, all the MLAs were called and MPs were called to give their views on the functioning of the government and on the functioning of the chief minister. Chalo, once you've done it, then you're called again a second time to Delhi, and then now they call a CLP meeting to decide what to do in the CLP leadership. I mean, that is a complete case of no confidence in your chief minister, and that for me, when I work very hard and I've done a lot for my state, is a case of humiliation.
And sent a strong message to the Gandhis, and a rather clearer one for Navjot Singh Sidhu.
Well, till 3 months ago, we were returning to power. It's when they started this business of interaction and calling all these MLAs to Delhi and met them twice there and once here. Now we are sliding, and yes, our position is not now. I sent a report to Mrs. Gandhi just 2 weeks ago saying that we are heading downhill.
Amarinder's resignation comes after Congress's call for a legislative party meeting with 78 MLAs at the party headquarters in Chandigarh. During the meet, MLAs passed a resolution and left the decision to who should be the next CM on party high command.
यूनानिमसली यहाँ रिजॉल्व किया गया कि कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट यहाँ के लेजिस्लेचर की तरफ से नाम चयनित करें.
The meeting was the last straw that broke the captain's back, it seems, who dismissed charges levelled by Sidhu that his government did not deliver on promises.
Ever since we came into power, have we lost an election in any way? whether it is parliament, whether it was your local your corporation elections or municipalities, or in the panchayat elections. We have swept everything. Surely that is the responsibility of the government. If the government does its job, then the people respond. Because I've done a damn good job, I think, at least for my state.
After resigning as Legislative Party leader, Captain told India Today that the future course of action is yet to be decided.
Rajdeep, I can give you no clear answer. I know what you want to know, but I cannot give you any answer till I have consulted my own colleagues and all, and then I will come up with some answer as to what we propose to do.
The bruising war of Sardars ended with major churn in Punjab Congress. With just months left to the Punjab polls, will a change of guard work for Congress, or can they retain power without Amarinder Singh? Bureau Report, India Today.
Fresh trouble for Trinamool Congress leader Abhishek Banerjee's wife in the coal scam case. Patiala House Court has issued a summons to the TMC leader Abhishek Banerjee's wife following the Enforcement Directorate's complaint against her. The court has directed Rujira Banerjee to appear before the Patiala House Court on September 30th. The Enforcement Directorate alleged in their complaint that Rujira Banerjee had repeatedly failed to appear before the agency despite multiple summons being issued to her. The summon came just a day after TMC MP and his wife had both moved the Delhi High Court seeking quashing of the Enforcement Directorate summons and sought directions that the case be examined in Kolkata in accordance with the law. Now, according to Mr. Banerjee's counsel, the TMC MP had appeared before the Enforcement Directorate on September 6 and was questioned for over 9 hours, largely on matters unconnected to the case under investigation. Now, election or not, the political drama seems to continue in West Bengal. Former Union Minister Babul Supriyo quit the BJP and almost immediately joined his former rival, the Trinamool Congress, on Saturday. What is seen as a surprise exit could, however, be days in the making. Suryagni Roy brings us this report.
A big Saturday shocker, and one that even the BJP did not see coming. In a sudden bolt from the political blue, celebrity BJP MP Babul Supriyo today joined the Trinamool Congress, the enemy camp in one of the most brutal state elections ever fought. The crossover may have seemed abrupt, but was likely a long time in the making. Babul has not been happy for many weeks now. Humiliatingly dropped as a union minister 2 months ago in Prime Minister Modi's big reshuffle, an emotional Babul had signalled an exit from politics. Then he said he was battling differences of opinion with some BJP leaders. Alarmed by the fallout, Babul clarified that he had no plans to join another political party, though he conspicuously edited this bit out later. Cut to September 18th, TMC's National General Secretary Abhishek Banerjee and MP Derek O'Brien welcomed Babul Supriyo to the TMC. Speaking to India Today, Babul Supriyo compared his exit to that of footballer Messi's Barcelona exit.
Messi never wanted to leave Barcelona, but he was made to leave. It's just a golden opportunity that came from Didi and Abhishek Banerjee, and Derek O'Brien, a very dear friend of mine. He met me and we had a chat. And I felt that, in life, if you respond to situations that are offered to you.
Babul has had a long-standing relationship with the BJP. The singer-turned-politician made his debut in politics and joined the BJP in 2014. He contested the Lok Sabha seat from Asansol and won not once but twice. He held several Minister of State portfolios, including MOS for Urban Development, MOS for Heavy Industries and MOS for Environment. In 2021, he was the BJP candidate for the hotly contested Toliganj seat, which he lost to TMC's Arup Biswas by margin of over 50,000 votes. Babul's profile in the party further slipped when he was seen to sit at home instead of show energy against the post-poll violence that the BJP said was being unleashed on its workers in Bengal. After the Bengal results, things went steadily downhill. The deal breaker for Babul came when he was dropped as Union Minister during a cabinet reshuffle on July 8th. There was no turning back for Babul from then on. In a fascinating new symbol of the temporary nature of political leanings, the Babul switch has been a dramatic one. Once a vocal critique of the Trinamool Supremo Mamta Banerjee, Babul Supriyo says he will now work closely with Bengal Chief Minister for the development of Bengal.
How she has killed the federal structure. And I think the constitution makers, they did not envisage a state which would have a chief minister like this who's going to kill the federal structure, leave apart democracy in this manner. Apart from wasting the money that come from center or blocking it or disrupting in some manner, she also ensures that this portion from the state doesn't come and the bottle also remains punctured. If I can give you an example, this is what I would say about Didi.
मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता है कि ममता दीदी को बाबुल सुप्रियो के प्रचार की कोई जरूरत है, लेकिन जो हमें पार्टी कहेगी आगे के दिनों में हम वही करेंगे.
With a do-or-die election in Bhawanipur just around the corner, Babul, who was officially on the list of BJP's star campaigners, will now sing TMC's Khela Hobe chant for his new party chief.
When questioned how will he be working with the Trinamool Congress, especially Mamta and Abhishek, as he has been an ardent critic, he says past is past and he looks forward to the future to work under the leadership of Mamta Banerjee. Now BJP in West Bengal calls him an opportunist who left the BJP because his ministry was taken away from him. With camera person Kiranjit, this is Suryagni Roy for India Today, Kolkata.
An absolute shocker from the Hindu Mahasabha on the Mysuru temple demolition. A midnight temple demolition in Mysuru days ago has snowballed into an all-out political war in BJP-ruled Karnataka. Hindu groups have continued to condemn the demolition that was part of an anti-encroachment drive in the city. The newest to go on an all-out attack against the Bharatiya Janata Party is the Hindu Mahasabha. A Hindu Mahasabha member, in what seemed like a dare, said, "We did not spare Mahatma Gandhi. Do you think we can't get you?" Reiterating that they assassinated Mahatma Gandhi for hurting Hindu sentiments and that they won't think twice before they do the same again. The newly appointed Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai's government has faced relentless backlash over the demolition of a minor temple known to be centuries old in Mysuru, with the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress hitting out over the demolition.
ನಾವು ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿನೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಲೆಕ್ಕ? ನಮಗೆ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿನೇ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಹಿಂದೂಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ನಡೆದಿರುವ ದಾಳಿಯನ್ನು ಖಂಡಿಸಿ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಯನ್ನ ಹತ್ಯೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೀರಾ ನೀವು?
Shifting focus to Kerala, the Kerala government has now decided to resume the offline classes for students of standards 1 to 7 and standard 10 to 12 from November 1st. The decision comes on the day Kerala reported 19,325 new COVID cases with 131 deaths in the last 24 hours. Kerala continues to be the state with the highest number of daily infections. The decision on reopening of schools was taken at a COVID review meeting chaired by Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan. The Chief Minister attributed the decision on the suggestion of health experts who advised restarting of primary classes first. Classes for students of standards 10 and 12 have been resumed in lieu of their board exam preparations. Classes for other students would resume from November 15. Welcome back. The moment every cricket fan in the country is waiting for is only a few hours away. Defending champions Mumbai Indians take on the mighty Chennai Super Kings to kickstart the second half of this year's IPL. Here's what you can expect from this clash of the Titans.
Earlier this year, just as India was gasping for breath with the second wave of the pandemic raging, IPL rumbled on behind closed doors, unaffected by the virus that was wreaking havoc all over the country.
The teams are playing really good cricket.
But that didn't last long. The watertight fire bubble was eventually breached, forcing the suspension of the tournament after just 29 games. But after a long wait, a few alterations to the international calendar, a few changes to the teams, the world's biggest T20 extravaganza is back.
Their opening partnerships in the last 4 games.
And it's the mother of all battles that will kick things off again. 5-time IPL champions Mumbai Indians face 3-time IPL winners Chennai Super Kings.
Nobody's catching that.
The last time these two sides met, they produced a timeless classic, with Mumbai Indians chasing down a mammoth 219-run target of the last delivery, all thanks to the big-hitting Kieron Pollard.
That's 50 for Kieron Pollard.
And fans will be hoping that the first game of the second phase of the IPL produces yet another blockbuster.
Hats off to you, Kieron Pollard. A red and yellow clash.
The Chennai Super Kings, though, are set to miss key overseas stars. Sam Curran is yet to complete his quarantine period in the UAE.
Quick and full.
And 50.
While Faf du Plessis still hasn't fully recovered from a groin strain, an injury that kept him out of the knockout stages of the CPL.
Shot. Beautifully done.
In addition, Dwayne Bravo is nursing a groin injury, and there's no clarity on whether Bravo is fit enough to bowl, considering he didn't bowl in any of his team's last 5 matches in the CPL.
The ball back into both these
defending champions, Mumbai Indians, though, have a full squad to choose from. Quinton de Kock, Kieron Pollard and Trent Bolt in all likelihood will start, and it's only the 4th overseas slot Mumbai Indians will have to ponder upon.
smiling, you know why they're smiling.
Rohit Sharma's team are currently in the final playoff spot, and they would be hoping they can go level on points with both CSK and RCB with a victory in Dubai. MS Dhoni's side, though, will go top of the pile if they manage to overcome their perennial rivals.
Sweetly struck.
A fascinating contest awaits us all, and the entire nation will now be glued to their TV screens for the next couple of months. For IPL is just the start. The World T20 follows next. Sports Bureau, India Today.
And that's a wrap on this bulletin. For all the latest news and updates, you can log on to indiatoday.in. You can also download the India Today app. Thank you so much for watching.